Hey everyone, my name's Elise, welcome back to another video. Today, another episode of Dono Review. So today, we are playing the Orcust deck I've been actually really excited to play for like a week or so now. It is the Rokket Orcust deck. So this deck was donated for me to play by none other than Dubk Dad. He wanted me to just take a look at it because he was planning on playing it for some stuff he had coming up, but this is actually the variant of Orcust I've been really excited to play. I think it has a lot of cool potential and a lot of cool stuff going for it. At the end of the day, though, it is just an Orcust deck, and, like, it's what it is. But I think the deck is really cool. It's a really fun deck to have around. I don't know. I just think it can do some cool stuff. Before we get into, like, the main nitty-gritty deck profile of it, I want to show the list that was given in the first place, and, kind of analyze what I saw when I first was looking at it and go from there. So the first thing I saw when I was looking at it is I felt like the hand trap lineup could use a little bit of work. The main thing is because we're playing Chaos Space, I didn't see why we weren't playing Gamma, so I decided to cut out the Skullmeister and the Chaos Valkyria so we could put in the Gamma, because I think that package is overall too insane to not have in my deck list. And, yeah, I think those cards are just insane. I didn't understand why there wasn't 3 Tracer, because the thing is, if you see Tracer, you have a way to Chaos Ruler, which means you most likely have a way to be able to play afterwards. So I think having access to 3 Tracer was really important. And the World Legacy Guard Dragon just seemed like it wasn't going to be overall impactful in the long run. So I figured cut out the Guard Dragon for a Reborn and a 3rd Tracer, because in that way the Reborn has more versatility with the Orcust cards. So it just overall carries more in the long run. And then otherwise the only other change I thought of is Double Wand. It was really cool in theory, but I thought about the fact with how all the cards functioned, I'd rather mill like a Nightmare or see a Nightmare in my opening hand than I would a Wand, just because there's a lot of things you can do with a Nightmare with the cards you play in your deck that you couldn't do with the Wand. So that I felt like was a good thing to cut. The side deck, the only thing is just like making it a little bit more standardized, a little more streamlined, because there's no Droll. I felt like the back row lineup could have used a little bit more work and just something more to it, because just there's more you could do with it. So I'll get into my side deck when we get there. Otherwise, the extra deck, the only major change I could think of is I really didn't think Curious and Union Carrier were going to be that impactful. And in his first version of the deck, he didn't think the Seal, the Heavenly Spears, the Heretic Seal, was going to be that impactful. And like I literally like sat down and like tested a few hands with it, and I literally found like so many situations where I can make the Seal and make it be like relevant to where we finally put that in. And then the last card I put in was a Barricade board blocker. Oh wait, no, not the Barricade. It was fuck. Now I don't remember what the last card we cut is to put in whatever else. Oh, it was Boral Sword, because he has no like way to kill and gets that easy point, so I think you need at least 1 Link 4 in the extra deck. So that was what we cut the Union Carrier and the whatchamacallit for, but that's just a basic overview of how I viewed the deck going into it. But anyways, we can now get into the actual deck profile. It's not too much different, like I kind of already explained, but I can get into card choices and whatnot and how I feel about it. So you play 3 Gearsu, 3 Nightmare, then 1 of each of the other ones. There's no Gizmek in the deck, there's just no room for it. There's just so many other cards I want to fit in the deck, but this is what ended up making the cut. The Brass was actually one of the best cards in the deck, just because if you open like Gearsu, or let's say you milled like a combination of these two, you can always just like Nightmare, mill the Brass, which special summons a Gearsu, because a lot of the times your normal summon ends up being like something else to be really impactful. So sometimes not having to use a normal summon and just using the Brass instead is really important, and it ends up, you know, being really good in the long run. The rest of these, I just wouldn't want to play any more of them, and these are just what you always want to see off Chaos Ruler, or even in your opening hand, because there's ways to like mitigate and play around like having them in your hand and still being able to play and whatnot. So this lineup was fine. I think it was perfect. Then we played 3 Tracer, 1 Recharger, 1 Synchron, and 1 Router. So, like I said, I wanted to see Tracer, because Tracer normal summon still meant I got to Chaos Ruler, and I wanted to maximize on that, because that was one of the best ways to like make a board and play. Because even at its like rudimentary basis, it could still end on like Galatea with a Crescendo set plus a Hot Red. So I thought that was really important to be able to, you know, get to that point. So 3 Tracer was fine. All these cards have like some other sort of impact because like you can go normal summon this Rokket Synchron and bring back the Router or the Chaos Ruler, which lets you make, you know, another 7 or 8 or 9. So yeah, all these cards matter, and it's really easy also to still have a dragon in hand at the end of comboing and still have a Striker Dragon in your extra deck, so the Recharger can actually be like a real card. So those cards are nice. And then the last of like the engine monsters, the White and Black Dragon. This is what you use to make spheres. You can also make Romulus with these, so that way you know have the ability to play. So they're really nice and really impactful, and they're insane. For hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Nib, and then 3 Driver and the Gamma. I wish I could have played a 12th hand trap being Lancia. I still would rather have Ash instead of Lancia, even though it does have Chaos Space synergy. I just don't think I would rather have the Lancia than the Ash. I think Ash is just overall more impactful most of the time, but otherwise these are very standard, very obvious, so I was very okay with those. Then for spells, 3 Chaos Space and 3 Quick Launch. Yeah, these cards are MVPs. If you literally see like both of these and then 1 random monster, you're probably making full board and winning that game. Like, these cards are just so good. Then for the 1-ofs, we got the 3 field spells. The Ravine isn't like the most impactful card, but the thing is you still need it in weird situations where you open up a weird combination of cards. You still need to have this to be able to get access into like being able to play. And as much as I would like to cut it, you just kind of can't fully justify it if it's so easy to still get into this play. And for the other 1-ofs, Foolish, Reborn, and Called By. You're still playing an Orcust deck, you kind of just need to play the Called By. The other cards, makes sense. Does full combo use both engines? Yes, it does. And I will say now, there is no, like, set out, like, guaranteed full combo. Like, you kind of just have to freestyle everything, much as Yu-Gi-Oh! Is right now, but I can show, like, a general guideline of what you kind of want to go towards. But anyways, last card in deck is Crescendo, because Crescendo is really good. I kept opening this card so fucking much today. I hated it. If I didn't mention already, we went 1 and 2 in locals, just because, deck just felt like shitting on me today, but it's what it is. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyways, for the extra deck, played 2 Galatea, 1 Ding. I wish we could have had room for more of this, or even more of this, because a lot of time, depending on the hands, I actually end up making both Galatea right away. But at the end of the day, we just need room for everything else, so this just had to be as stripped down as it is. And then 2 Striker Dragon. Both these Striker Dragons actually come up a lot, because if you get in a situation where you, like, have to normal summon the Tracer, make the Striker Dragon add back Tracer, you have to banish the Striker Dragon and Grave, summon the White Dragon, and then, you have to make the other Striker Dragon so you can get black to make the Sphere. So it comes up in combo situations, but also is a really good follow-up card, so I think the second is very necessary for the deck, and I wouldn't play without it. Then the other sort of Dragon Link engine cards, Seal, Romulus, Chaos Ruler, Boral Savage, and Hot Red. So, yeah, the Romulus, like I said about the Ravine, is just you need it just to ensure that you play, even though it's probably the card in the extra deck we go into the least. I think it's still really nice to have around, but it's just, I don't know. It's the least impactful card in the extra deck in a way, but you also need it. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it be. Then the other random cards, Linkuriboh, IP, Barricade, Unicorn, and Borosword. The other technical most cuttable card in the extra deck is Barricade, but the thing is, it just, I don't know, it fixes a lot of your hands. It also gives you access back to the boot sector to give follow-up for the next turn. And, I don't know, there's just so many things this card does for the deck and just makes you be able to play that you still have to play it, unfortunately. But, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't really question Barricade in an Orcust deck, let's be honest. But that is it for the extra deck. For side deck, play 3 Droll and 3 Lancia and 1 Pancreas Tops for the monster cards in the side deck. I think these are just the most impactful hand traps. Otherwise, so you just need to play them. Pank, we have the room for it, so I think it's fine to play it. There's not really anything else we can play for VW that's super impactful, so I think this is just perfectly fine. And also play 3 Droplet, just because I like this over over Psycho Reader against Drytron, and, you know, also being able to send in Orcust is really nice, so it just has synergy with the deck in general. Then the last cards in the side deck, the Duster, 3 Lightning Storm, and Reboot. We're playing a deck that has potential to OTK normally, so playing, you know, the blowout cards is important. So, yeah, that is it for this deck. Like I said, I think it's really cool, I think it's really fun. I just had a really unlucky streak in locals tonight of just, like, weird unlikely hands, either too many hand traps, and then combination of these, like, it's just shit that just doesn't make sense, but, like, the deck is still really cool. I think it's the best way to mess with Orcust right now and just do something cool and fun with it. And I guess also I should probably show, like, what some of the ideal end boards are really quick. I can't really show what a full combo is, because, like, there's not really a good way to say it full combos. So, like, the best end board I know of is go Hieratic Seal, the Hot Red, Savage, and IP Masquerena, and then you'll have a Babble played on your side of the field, and then you should have a Ding loaded up in Grave with the availability to summon the Ding, like with like a Symbol or a Nightmare or something. So like you essentially have like all these negates, and also you'll have the Galatea equipped onto the Savage. So you'll have like a lot of resources to play with still, and you still get a lot to do. And like the thing is, the most common piece missing from the end board is usually going to be the Savage, but this is still really nice, and you can always replace the IP with a Galatea and then just play the Crescendo instead. So there's a lot of possibilities you can do depending on what you're playing against or what your resources are, but that's just rudimentary what you're looking for to end with. And I think if you really want to figure it out, the best way is just pick up the deck, go on DB, do some test hands, like just do test hands, and you'll start to understand how everything flows with each other. And also, if you just want to see like some other test hands, you should come check out the stream. I have VODs of me playing the deck and doing test hands. And you can, you know, come view the stream that I actually recorded this deck profile on, and see how I was playing the deck. So, anyways, that is gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys like the Orcust deck. Next video for Dono review is going to be Mermail, actually, so if you're looking forward to that, stop by for that one. Otherwise, yeah, make sure you check out the Twitch stream if you haven't already. Link will be down below in the description. You get to go through this and see everything live happen and just have a whole lot of fun and just hang out and all that fun stuff. So make sure you check out the Twitch stream. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you check out all the sponsors. Midwest Gaming, TGG Gaming, YGO Daily. Use code MWG5 for 5% off your purchase. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the video, and yeah, that is basically going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye!